Sonny Alade ti kọrin pa múrò kò tó múrò kò tó múrò. For those who like English breakfast, for me in Nigeria, the best English breakfast I've ever had. I've had a lot of English breakfast. There's radish. I like radish because it's comfort food. You know, it's cozy. But for based off quality and experience, there's this place in the hotel, the breakfast place downstairs, not the buffet, their cafe. Walai, you cannot pay me to say this. That's the best English breakfast I've ever had with a pour over coffee. It's because I had this coffee experience like this in the hotel cafe. That's why I got this. I loved it. I carry babe go. Now, like for those who genuinely like themselves an English breakfast or a proper breakfast cafe date. The that hotel place, I've forgotten their name. That's how this is not an advert. I forgot, but the cafe there, you go there, get yourself an English breakfast. They have this sun-dried tomatoes in olive oil. Nah, that's the best English breakfast meal I've ever had in Nigeria. Then number two, radish. Because of their Cumberland sausages. Before it used to be Eric Kaiser, but now I go there for only ice cream and their desserts. Then what is it called again? This place too. Cactus. Cactus is not bad. I used to like Flower Shop Cafe until one day they served me what you guys call hot dog is actually called frankfurters. And I told the waiter that, big man, this is not a sausage. This is this in Kenya. And he was saying, no, this is a Kenya. I'm like, I told him, sorry, you know who I am, right? He said, yes, you are the food critic. And I was like, yes. And I said, this is not the way you guys used to serve it. That this is a hot dog. And English breakfast is meant to have a sausage. And he was arguing. And I just looked at him like, shout out to this guy for trying to save face. And I told him, call your manager. That's what a lot of Nigerians don't know. A lot of Nigerians don't know that they have rights in restaurants. And instead of you guys complaining online, you can easily just demand to ask for the manager, to see the manager. And I told the manager, that big man, that I come here regularly. He said yes. So you know that I know that this, what's it called, hot dog, wasn't there before. And for English breakfast, it is meant to be sausage. And he said yes. And he dismissed the waiter. Because probably the waiter was a new this one. I told him that, my nigga, I'm not paying for this shit. Take it back and give me a kidney. And he said, oh, they don't have sausages, but they can replace it with, I think, bacon. And I just said, okay, no, well, it's fine. And I just looked at the waiter, like, and I knew you want the bobo. Like, that waiter was, and shout out to the waiter, as a business owner, seeing your staff do that, it's like, at least is defending your kingdom. I'm like, bitch, don't do that shit. He's a man, by the way. By the way, I call everybody bitch, both male and female. I was like, bitch. I didn't say it, but I'm thinking like, bitch. Now me want to follow argue. Me tornado aroma de basanta. Then I knew you want to follow argue. Okay, no, this is the way we do it. I'm like, bitch, that's not how you do it. So before, my second favorite place was Flower Shop Cafe, but now I can't go there again for breakfast. Like now, I'm not paying. The most expensive breakfast is Flower Shop Cafe, and you're giving me frankfurters for 20k English breakfast. Don't be say I get money, but once in a while, go on a treat to remember where you're coming from. See, look, sometimes aspire to. There's a thing they said that start acting the way you want to be. I don't know how to put it, but I remember then that I had a 9 to 5. It wasn't any shit, but it was decent. And I used to live in Yaba, I remember. And from Yaba, I would take a 3k Uber to Eric Kaiser to eat English breakfast that was like 12k. Then take a 3k Uber back. Not be say I get money, but I liked living the life. One thing I've learned with those who have small money and are growing is that the life you want to live, in my own opinion, start living it now. And when you are used, this is not any words of wisdom, this is not a financial knowledge, it's just something that I do and it works for me. The life that I want to start living, I start living it now. And when you get used to it, you cannot stop it. And I don't know, the universe will just, I'm not saying it in the right way, but like if you start, it's like business class now. I used to think business class was expensive. It is still expensive. And I just began doing it one day. And I got so used to it that now I cannot, I cannot enter economy. Like if I say a flight and EBOM, that's the reason why I don't fly EBOM again, because all of you rich motherfuckers, you always, the business seats are always like booked before the economy seats. And now I'm now doing value jet. Where was I going with this? Like if you start living the life now. And this is the reason why TEDx, if you are watching this is the reason why all your 5 offers to speak at TEDx, I said no, because see the way I'm just speaking like a dyslexic person. But the point is, if you start tasting the life now and you start living it now, I think your brain will wire you to work hard so that you will can't. You get my point. You get my point. That's all I'll say. So yeah, Enriquez, I used to go there every Saturday morning back to back for like a year. And I got used to it. I would say I worked harder. I don't know if I worked harder, but it's just I swear there's a point there. Please, for those listening to this that get the point I'm trying to make, can you please explain in the comment section about what Okoyemi is trying to say is that if you, again, my niche is not aspire. Salem, if you are watching this, because that's like Salem's niche. I'm not trolling by the way. It's like all those aspire to Maguire, they would explain how life works for you. You get explain it in the comment section for all people are waiting for the taste of the coffee. Sorry. So yeah. I always shout out to Steve Chooks. One time me and him traveled to Enugu for a food tour. I remember that day very, very clearly. And when I traveled then, I used to stay in the normal waiting area. And Steve was like, Okpeyemi, let's go and chill in the business lounge now. And I'm like, why? Why chill in the business lounge? There's food here. There's this here. People are here. We're popular. If we go there, we're paying for the same seats. That's why I always say one thing, and I'm not trying to be decent, but poor niggas, I know this may come off as offensive, but I said what I said. If you want to be offended, poor niggas will give excuses to justify some things they do, and being there done that. And I told him, and there was this look of disgust on his face, but because he's my friend, he just said, you know what, let me indulge this guy. And I could see the uncomfortability, if that's the word. Like, it was very, very uncomfortable staying there at the regular waiting area, but because it's me and he just respected my opinion, we did it. Then coming back from Enugu to Lagos, well, Okoyemi, that bullshit you did in Lagos, saying we should stay there, but not doing that shit though. I'll pay. And we chilled in the business lounge in Enugu. For those who watched it to this point, let me tell you one thing that most Nigerians don't know, and that happens to me. Business lounge in the airport is not expensive. It's like 5k, between 5k to 10k. Voila, it's not expensive. It looks expensive. It looks like maybe it's 20k. Voila, it is cheap. And it comes with coffee and food. I did not know that. Because I will go to the airport, I'll buy coffee of like 8k, 6k. Like the coffee I was buying was there. Like business lounge. For those who don't know, for local flights, voila, it's not expensive. Ooh. So yeah, we stayed in the business lounge in Enugu. I remember. And from that day, I've never stayed in this thing. Like, after tasting it, I tasted it. I saw the way it was. The people that were there, I liked it. They knew us. They knew Steve more then. They knew us. They spoke to us. I networked. And after tasting that business lounge, at the airports then, since then, I've never, ever, in any airports in the world, stayed in this thing regular. I've never. Like, even if I get to the airport late and, my flight is boarding in 5 minutes, economically and financially, it makes more sense to just wait at the whatever lounge, regular Kenny, and not pay 10k to just chill for 5. Like, it makes more sense, but I don't know. I'm just used to that shit. So it's like when you taste something and you like it, your brain will rewire and you start working hard. Again, I'm not finding the right words to use, but you get my point. So yeah, and one thing I would also say too is, I'm not trying to show off anything, but if you are aspiring to become successful, and this is a sad thing to say, it will benefit you to hang out with people who are wealthy, people who are rich, people who have a mindset. And I say this because, like, almost 2 years ago, I joined the cigar lounge, and a lot of money, financial moves I make is just, and in the cigar lounge, like, me and 2 other guys were like the youngest members, were in our 30s. All the members there, they're in their 50s, they're in their 60s, they're in their late 40s, and it's like a safe space for men. They just talk about stuff, finance. Rich people, they put each other on. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, I'm doing this too. And I just listen most times. In real life, I'm a talkative boy. In the cigar lounge, I'm quiet as fuck. And I just listen. to them, and the things they say inspires me. And because of the things they do and the way I rate them, I start mimicking some of their financial, what is it called, and just being around them, I can say financially has made my life better. Yeah. So, and I'll say one thing, I pray he's not watching it. I had an old friend one time, I had a friend group. I had a friend group, and where I think like 2 years ago, I told in the group that you have father guys, I have new friends, and I'm learning this about wealth and blah blah blah. That I have a bit of loose change. That if you have any business ideas, if your wives have business ideas, and we've settled it, but this just I'm getting to a point that if you guys have any ideas, let's do business together. That I've realized that rich people they do business together. That is the poor people that that compete. That I'm entering a new world because from university all of us were friends. We're still friends now, not as close as before, but we're like really really tight. I'm like, oh yeah, let's do business together. That I have new friends and I've learned a lot of things. That are rich people or more. That's why all of them know each other. That's why all of them stay rich. They always do business together. They put each other on this, that have a bit of loose change. That if anybody has any good idea, let's do business together. I have the finances, this. And I remember and I ended the text in the group chat saying, this star, please do not see this as me bragging or me being proud. Because human beings, for some reason, people just like to, because I'm very, very assertive and I speak a certain way, it is just easy to just say Okoyemi is a proud person, Okoyemi is being cocky. And sadly, in the real world, when I speak to people, I have to bear a misile to make them feel comfortable. Because me just being me makes people feel a type of way. Me just being confident, me just being assertive, me speaking with authority makes a lot of people feel small. So I have to tiptoe around people's feelings. I have to, always tell them, I'm not being proud though. I do not mean this way. I have to over explain so that I will not hurt their ego. And I remember ending that message with PS. I am not being proud. I am not being cocky. Oh. This is just me trying to like build my friend. And I had a friend was telling my other friends that because of where don't get money, he not feel saying don't arrive. And that shit hurts me. That shit hurts me to the bone that even after putting the disclaimer that I am not being cocky, I'm not being proud, I'm not trying to show off. I just want us to, do business together and I want us to grow together. And even after saying that, this person still felt the type of way. And I kind of realized why when some people, by the way, I called them, we settled, like we're good now. But just that action just made me realize why, when some people come across money and when they come across a new life, they always let go of their old friends. And their old friends will always say, oh, because this person has money, is doing this way. But it's the mentality. It's the mentality. Like I say myself, and one thing I used to do coming up as an influencer, I used to purposely not want to make new friends because I felt, oh, all the new friends I'm making is because of who I am. And I used to stick, like I used to make, actively try to hold on to my hope. To my old friends that, okay, these are my old friends to keep me grounded. All of us came up together. I don't want to lose them. But now, I've learned that 10 years, see, 10 friends can't play for 10 years because sometimes the mentality of some things will just, like I have a couple of friends who are doing better than me. And one thing that people who are rich do is they put each other on. When opportunities come unprovoked, you alpha. Like I began investing in stocks recently. I met a new person, he's a rich guy, he was showing me numbers and he puts me on and he said, these stocks, invest in these particular stocks, that if you don't make your ROI, I will give you the money back. Like rich niggas put each other on. And that is one thing people at the bottom don't do. Being there, done that. Like they try to, if you tell them an idea, they would tear the idea down, they would make you feel like shit. I don't know why they do it, but those who are at the bottom, they don't support. They will support you when you are getting there. But if you are telling them that I have this idea, I want to do this, they will find a billion and one reasons why what you are doing is shit. But those at the top, the way they if there's no hate or any whatever, those at the top, they put each other on. And that's one thing I'm learning. Yeah, let's taste the coffee. This is going to be my longest video, but if you watch it till the end, shout out to you. Also, too, This is advice for new content creators. New content creators. One thing I always tell you guys is that you guys like to, and I'm not just being offensive, you people have this, you want to reap where you do not sow. I see a lot of content creators complaining about, oh, they reached out to this person, the person did not answer them, big people in the big space, they are proud, they are this, but like, why do you feel entitled to them collaborating with you? Like, why do you feel because you give them a sub story about how your life is not good and how this is not good? Why do you feel entitled that they must answer you? Because and you see these big collaborators, these big content creators collaborating, and you forget that when they've known themselves for like 5 6 years and they grew up together, they blew up together, and you get it's easier for them to call that person. Why am I talking like I'm dyslexic? The point is you are upcoming. If you reach out to this person that upper file, let's do collaboration on Tuesday. I have no reason to tell you yes. I will only tell you yes if I want to tell you yes. But let's say me and like a cake and me and a Steve Chooks now that we came up together. You get, if Steve calls me and says, Opeyemi, I have this idea. I'll tell him yes, because I've known Steve Chooks since we came up together. Like we came up, me and Kegan, even though our friendship is like maybe 3 4 years, but like we've known each other since. Like me and him, we grew together. So there's more reason for us to collaborate because we built together. We saw each other grow. We put each other on. Oh, Okpe do this, Kegan do this. We built each other. But you that, you don't know me from anywhere, you believe because you told me a sub story, and it is easier for you. You are going to blow. And you have people in your niche and outside your niche, within your number range, they are there. You will not want to build with them and go with them. You are looking at those that are the top there. So it's like it's easier to reach out to those in your niche or within your number range. It is easier to reach out to them for a collaboration. Out of 10 of them, if you reach out to 10 of them, 8 or 9 will tell you yes. And you start, like me and Kegan now, food tech. What business do we have together? But here we are. Me and Steve Chooks. Food skits, what business? But because we came up together, we make it work. Tauma that is big now. I knew her when she was in university. Kwasu. I knew her and her husband. Me and her husband, we served at the same time. Like that woman that is big, I knew her when she was in university. There are many people that are big now that we were cordial. We knew each other when we were start. Like Tauma, I knew Tauma when she was in university. Who else again did I know? What there are plenty of people that I knew. CFC was like maybe 4 5 years ago. Who in the food space did I know? People in the food space, I don't really. Okay, most of them now are to fall out because of our bad behavior, but there are many skit makers, mostly skit makers I knew before they blew. It's like Jay Onne, thank you very much. Jay Onne, that is big now. I knew Jay Onne when he was still doing this. She's a bad bitch. This high school character that he does. She's a bad bitch like Beyonce. What is that person's name again? She's Oba. I knew him then. Like I liked his content so much that I should send him food. You get. So it's like if Jay Onne calls me now, there was one time out of the blues, Jay Onne just came up, Alpha, I have this idea. Can you shoot in like 5 minutes? Bro, I won't do that for anybody, but because Atimora was since. So, but you guys want to reap where you do not sow, and you feel entitled. Like Jay Onne can feel entitled that Opeyemi, I called him. He should say yes, when I ask him for some stuff. Not physical, but like maybe, oh, let's do this, collab together. He has the right to feel entitled sometimes because now we grow together. Why they gara for me? He has the right to feel that way. Those who we came up together, they have the right to feel entitled, but I don't know you from anywhere. It's just today I'm knowing about you and you're sending me a deal and you're feeling hot that I told you, bitch, I don't know you. Why should I tell you yes? Why? We'll do the collaboration. You like only you benefit from the collaboration. A collaboration is when both parties benefit. If most times if me and you collaborate, I don't benefit. You are the only one that gains and you're feeling entitled. So this is just for content creators that always feel sad and entitled that nobody answered them. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you anything. I too, I've been there. It's just one person that I sent a DM so that they don't answer me that felt hot. And I've, taught myself, but shall look, that one benefited me. Because the person was someone I looked up to. That was doing what I was doing. It's a very, very funny story. I've said it a billion times. I won't call their name. Even though I was wrong, I reached out to them and told them, oh, I have this idea. Let's collaborate together. And they told me no. And that no entered me. And one thing I always said as a bad thing, negativity fuels me. And the person, did not answer me. And the person saw my DM. And that thing pained me so much that I said, who the fuck? Like, I thought to myself, who the fuck do you think you are telling me no? Do you know how smart I am? Because I just, act funny. Do you know how smart I am? I'm going to be so big that nobody will know you. That's one thing I shouldn't be saying. Telling me no does me more good than telling me yes. And I sat down for 3 months. I was plotting, studying the person's page. And my goal was just to be so big that people will not know who this person is. That's why I will not call this person's name, because anyhow, too much talk. This is a long ass video. This is 20 minutes. If you watch the video to this point, you are the OG. 20 minutes. You are 20 minutes. I swear it can't be me. I will not lie. There's nobody I love that much on this IG that will watch for 20 minutes. Wallah, it can't be me. If you watched it, say pink breast. Just comment pink breast in the comment section and I'll give you something. 21! Can't be me.